What up, G Life? It's your boy MC Shadow back at you with another video. Make sure you guys like, make sure you guys comment, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Share if possible because it does help on my channel. Don't forget to click on the like, subscribe. It's free. It don't cost anything. You'll be helping my channel out a lot. You know what I mean? Get into the algorithm. So I will highly appreciate if you guys, if you guys could please, tap on the like, give, help a homie out. Now, you already know right here, like I said before, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and drop them. And if I'm able to speak about it, I'll go ahead and touch on the subject. And this question actually has been getting asked a lot, for a while already. You know what I mean? I just haven't, gotten around to, touch on it until one of my really good subscribers, told me to, please drop a video on it. Like why have I been ignoring his question? And it's not that I have been ignoring it. I get backed up with videos and stuff like that, but I don't shy away from stuff. Which is, why do gang members hate on ex-gang members? Right? That is it jealousy? Is it what is it like? Because shouldn't you be happy that they're doing good for themselves, that they're bettering themselves, and isn't that what we all want? So why would we be talking smack? Well, exactly. Well, I'm gonna give my opinion on it. It's kind of difficult, only on the simple fact that I don't hate on ex-gang members. You know what I mean? I don't think about them. I don't talk about them. I don't care about them at all. You get what I'm saying? I don't watch, their channels, or I don't, listen to what they're saying. I just pay them no mind at all. And I'm assuming a lot of other individuals do that. You have to keep this in mind. This is the internet. And although you see a lot of people in the comments talking all smack, a lot of them are not gang related, my boy. A lot of them act like they're gang related. They're talking all this high mighty, but they're not from gangs. A lot of them, claim gangs, or they just do it just playing around. You know what I mean? Because anybody could say whatever they want on the internet. You could make up an email and say you're so and so from this gang or that gang. Anybody can say what they want. So just because you see that in the comment doesn't necessarily mean that they're gang related or they're from that gang or anything like that. Because a lot of these profiles don't even have pictures of themselves or anything like that. So so to say that gang related, a lot of the time that's that's just like trolls and stuff like that. So it's not that they hate on, because a lot of homies don't pay attention to these individuals. There's no interaction between them. Now, where I do say that they'll comment and voice their opinion on stuff is that if you're an ex-gang member, then you left that life behind. Then you're no longer part of that life. So why do you keep speaking about this life? Why do you keep throwing yourself involved in this life and talking about their business? You know what I mean? If you shied away from it, remember, you wanted no part of this life no more. Meaning you didn't want no part of this life at all. But yet you're still talking about their, incidents and their mix and stuff like that. So you're still injecting yourself in the life when you wanted no part of the life. So remember, if you inject yourself in this life, then you're going to get everything that comes with this life. You know what I mean? Including the beef, the drama, and all of that. You know what I mean? Let's not act like when, that this life doesn't come with beef, drama, bullshit, and all that, because that's all you get from this life. You don't get nothing positive. You're going to get nothing but negativity, because this world is full of nothing but negativity. You know what I mean? So you can't be mad at the fact. I mean, what you think was going to happen if you inject yourself with this lifestyle? Bro, it's going to come with all the negative. You know what I mean? Including your life is at jeopardy and all of that. You know what I mean? Because that's how the streets are. Let's not act like the streets don't take lives. You know what I mean? So, especially if you're an ex-gang member, you're still speaking on their matters. They're not going to like that. And you can see clearly why they're not going to like that. Because you are no longer a part of this life. You're no longer a G, yet you want to act like you're still a G, like if you're still with the, function, when you're not with the function. That's the reason why you removed yourself from the life. You know what I mean? Because it's different from you retiring, right? Like if you already get old and now you're just doing your thing, you're retired in good standings, boys. You know what I mean? You can still speak on it, whatever, because you never fell off. But when you fall off, it's because, you abandoned your beliefs and all of that. You know what I mean? To better yourself, though. I'm not hating. You know what I mean? I get it. To better yourself, or for whatever reasons. You know what I mean? I'm not here to judge another man and stuff like that. They gotta live with the decisions, not me. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna hate on that man. You know what I mean? I don't walk in his shoes. So you get what I'm saying? For me to be speaking ill on somebody, like there's no reason for me to come and talk shit about anybody or speak ill about that person. You know what I mean? They gotta live with their choices and decisions and everything like that. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna go and judge them. But I'm saying that this is the reason why these individuals get offended, because you pretty much threw in the towel, and now that I guess you're in a safe space, now you wanna now talk like if you're still, with the function and everything. And when it's like, bro, we already seen what you're made out of when shit really got real. So why are you acting like if you really like with that, when clearly when it got hot, we seen what happened. You get what I mean? I'm saying in that sense is why they get mad and stuff like that. So think of it like this: if they wouldn't be speaking about their businesses and stuff like that, then these individuals wouldn't have no reason why to speak about these individuals. You get it? Hating on them is like if these guys are living their lives, right? Like if they're doing their thing, right? Like if they're just doing their life or living, their life and stuff like that. Maybe have a cooking channel or a sports channel, whatever. And then these guys come in there and like blah 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 blah. Then it's like, hey homie, why you hating on that vato? Dog? Hey, that fool, hey, he didn't want to be a part of this no more. Now he's doing his thing, my boy. Why you right there fucking still harassing that fool? That's hating on that individual. But see, when these individuals keep talking about yo hoods and you can see why these guys are gonna get mad about it. You know what I mean? Let's not act like it's you know what I mean? Everyone always wants to paint these guys like if they're the bad guys, when it's like, bro, like really look at the situations. You know what I mean? You're acting like if these guys like over here, having, really actually living his life, and these guys are harassing him when that's not what's happening. You get what I mean? Because it's kind of like, you can see why they're getting mad even more now, worse, because it's like you're gonna use, my neighborhood. You're speaking about my neighborhood, and you're speaking about my, situations and blah 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 blah, to get yourself a paycheck when you pretty much, threw in the towel. How they see it is that you spit on the graves of all the dead homies and all the homies doing life and stuff like that. That's how they see it. You spit on their graves, and now you're gonna talk about it to get yourself a check. Nah, it ain't gonna happen. You get what I mean? That's how they see it. That's why they see it that way. You can see why, because a lot of individuals are still fighting for this and still believe in this, and even though it's all dumb and you get nothing out of it because it's all true, 100. You know what I mean? That's how they see it, and that's how it is. So, it is what it is. You could not like it. You could, say that that's bull, my boy. But that's how it is. What you want? You know what I mean? But that's why they get offended. If these guys were to actually be really, living how they wanted to or said that they were, then nobody would be harassing them. But if you want to inject yourself in this life and act like you're still a part of this life, or act like you can still get gangster, then all that bullshit's gonna come your way, because that's what this life is full of. You know what I mean? You can't. How can I say, you can't have it both ways? You can't want to dress gangster and talk about all this gangster shit and talk about how you could get gangster, but at the same time you want no drama and you want no pedos and everything like that. Come on, bro. I mean, it comes hand in hand, my boy. It's a complete package. You can't take all the positive that comes with it without the negative. You know what I mean? You got to take the negative with the positive. That's how it is. You know what I mean? And that's how it's always going to be. You know what I mean? If you're going to inject yourself with this life, I mean, expect the bullshit. Because that's what this life is full of, bullshit. And that's what you're going to really, you want to know what you're going to really get out of this life? There you go, my boy. A nice pinche plato de bullshit. Serve yourself. Help yourself, my boy. There's enough to go around. You know what I mean? If you want seconds, thirds, go right ahead, homie. Hasta que te tasques, you know what I mean? So you just can't handle it no more. Nah, but that's real talk. That's why these individuals get mad. So don't think it's like these fools are just hating on these individuals for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Now it's different, right? It's different. Like, let's say if you're talking about your tales, right? That way you can steer these youngsters into doing bettering themselves. That way they don't make the same mistake and choose this life. You know what I'm saying? That way they don't get involved in this life. You could talk about your events and your stories and everything, but now when you start talking about other organizations and other gangs, and about their, their dramas and their situations and their ongoing ongoing stuffs and everything like that, you can see why these people will get offended. You get what I mean? Especially if you're somebody that left in a bad way or whatever, because they're gonna be like, you have the nerve to still wanna talk about this, like using like us to get money. You know what I mean? Like they feel like you're conning them. You know what I mean? Like you have no right speaking about our business. That's how they see it. Even if you're somebody that was down for the cause and fought the good fight and everything like that, but you left that life behind. You don't want no part of it. You know what I mean? So they took it as betrayal. You spit on everything you once stood on. But now it's okay to all of a sudden inject yourself back in that life because now it's beneficial to you because of financial means. You get what I mean? They see it as a selfish act. And even though a lot of them guys are selfish and crooked themselves and everything, yeah, that's true, 100. But at the same time, I mean, they're still right there in the mix though. Why they're not though? So you can see why it's like, you know what I mean? Why it's different. And like I said, no one's saying that this is not full of bullshit and all this and that, because it is. You know what I mean? But like I said, that's the thing. This life comes with all that mess, so you gotta take it. You know what I mean? You can't be crying over spilled milk. I mean, my boy, we know what it is. We know what this shit is. We know what you're getting to get out of it, and that's part of it. You know what I mean? Because it's retarded. People, change their lives, wanting to better themselves, and that's the reason why they left this life behind. You know what I mean? Yet they're still injecting themselves with the bullshit and still putting their lives at jeopardy and still throwing themselves out there like a gangster, like still fighting for dumb stuff and still throwing themselves out there when the whole point of leaving the life behind was that you wanted, no more drama, no more bullshit. Yet it doesn't, you know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. It's what they mean by it. But that's why, there's I see they don't see it eye to eye. They don't see eye to eye for the very reasons. They could call it weak or some bitch shit, whatever. I'm not here to judge no man or say anything about that. I don't know those individuals. Just because they left the life behind, or just because they rolled it up, whatever, doesn't mean that they're pussies. Doesn't mean that they really weren't hitting fools. Doesn't mean that they really ain't about their shit. Nah, it doesn't mean none of that. They're still the same killers and the same fools that were putting in work for their hoods. You know what I mean? Their actions in the gangster world is considered weak. You know what I mean? Their decision was considered a weak move. Not saying that they're weak. Their decision was a weak move. That's the difference. Don't ever get it twisted, homie. You know what I mean? Because you could end up coming out short, making that mistake. Don't think just because they rolled it up that these fools can't get you. They can still get you. You know what I mean? Their decision was weak, not them. There's a difference. And as for why people see that there's just this communication between these groups, but that's the reason why though. But that's just my opinion and what I think about the whole situation. Like I said, this is about no specific person or channel or anything like that. I was asked a question. I'm giving my honest opinion on the matter before anybody gets their wooty wah. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, shadow, we out.